Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft ChaosVille. I'm excited. There's so much to do, so much I haven't done yet. I have done a little bit of work off camera, although I confess not as much as I would have liked. Not as much as I would have liked. Bees have been going strong. I made a cactus farm. This uses a vacuum hopper from open blocks, which just, whoops, that's right. I also made a battle hammer, in case you didn't know. Anyways, this just tosses stuff into a chest. Pretty cool. And so these just cactuses, when they grow, it pops off because they can't grow next to a block, but they did, so it pops off, and then the vacuum hopper collects them. Simple cactus. So we have all the cactus we can need in our frigid, snowy biome. The tree farm has been doing quite well. So well, in fact, that it's pretty much maxed out my storage. Oh, you can hear it going again. Sadly, it happened so fast. You almost can't. Ooh, look at it go. Whee! So fast you almost can't see it happening. But if we were to go down here, we would see that more stuff's coming in, and we basically have maxed out stuff. So this is just going to take all the wood it can. It's voiding out. We have max amounts of rubber. We even have saplings that are full up, and as you can see, we bounced out a piece of wood because we're just so full on wood, and we can't push any more down. So, yeah, this system could be used for improvement. And, of course, I redid the room a little bit. Didn't really change the shape that much, but I felt like it was kind of nice and weird and messy the way it was. And I used factory blocks from Chisel to kind of gussy it up. I also moved the ore processing system over here and did a little bit of mining off camera, but, like, perhaps not as much as I'd like. Yeah. So otherwise, things are going pretty well, I mean, I'd say. But I'm going to be needing myself a lot more fancier tools, fancier metals. This system here, it's cute, but it's not going to cut it. So we got to fix that up. Secondly, I really want to keep going with Witchery. And some people have been asking me to keep going with Witchery, so let's do it. Probably the next thing we want to do, besides dumping off some of our gems in my gems chest, and dumping off some of my random stuff in this. I mean, do we really need arrows? No, I just don't care about arrows. Do we need sticks? No. How about the limestone? Just no. No, we're good. So much stuff. I really got to start working on a sorting system for all of this. Like, it's sort of out of control as it stands. Like, things are all the way across to where it's convenient. Can't have that. Can't have this disorganization. I need to start increasing my storage capacity. Probably need to expand this farm soon, too. But in the short term, let's go ahead and grab some stuff. Let's see. I think over here, I'm holding on to about 25 wool. Over here, I've got a few bones. I think I need a bit of flint. Have a bit of that, too. And I should drop this off. This aluminum. Unfortunately, I can't process it yet. I should definitely get to the point where I can. We'll go ahead and drop that off in here for now. So the goal here is to make poppets. Poppets are not too complicated, although getting the specific stuff we need for each one may be a bit more so. So poppets look like this. So we basically have a base poppet, which takes some of that Spanish moss been growing: wool, string, and bone needles. Bone needles are super simple to craft, so let's take all of our bones and make a little bit of bone needle. There we go. We got 24 bone needles. Quite a bit for what we want. I think I've been gradually harvesting all of this stuff. Let's see, so put some string in here. Is that all we need? I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah. So let's get two, I think, to start. Poppet and poppet. Yes, my poppets. Okay. Put this back. Perfect. Now, the thing about the poppets is basically the way they work is they are a sort of well, there's a couple advanced ones, but the basic ones that we have are like protection. So the earth protection protects you from falling. So if we were to grab two of these feathers, and do we have any clay? Do we have any clay? I don't think we do, actually. We might not. I'll go grab some clay really fast, and we'll have them in just a sec. Hold on. Ah, clay. So let's go ahead and make an earth protection poppet. So let's see. Earth protection is just feathers, dirt, and clay. I surely have a little bit of dirt just lurking around here. So feather, clay, poppets, like so. So now by keeping this on my person, I will be protecting myself from all sorts of falling related harm. It's difficult to show you because it has to be a lethal fall. If there's a lethal fall and I'm carrying this, this is destroyed. And instead, I end up with no damage at all, which is perfect, exactly what we want. We have a similar situation for fire, water, and hunger. Now, the fire is pretty cool, especially going to the Nether. A little expensive though. It requires this ember moss, which I don't have yet, and wool of bat, which I have a little bit of, but it's actually quite rare to come by right now. There's also, you know, voodoo, there's all sorts of things. But what I think I could get is the hunger protection poppet, which I definitely have melons. And I could make glistering melons no problem at all, right? So let's go ahead and let me go grab some gold and some melon slices. And we'll do that right off the bat. Oh man, it's so great that I found melons early on in this map. It's like perfect. And also they're so good. And hunger protection poppet. So now, there is a poppet. I have to keep these on my person, which wastes inventory slots. I don't like that. But there is a poppet protection table. It needs green wool. We could do that if we needed to. But it needs these attuned stones. These whiffs of magic are kind of hard to come by, but I'm pretty sure we could do it if we wanted. And I'd rather not. I'd rather have all the benefits of these guys, but not have to waste. Oh, I'm sorry, gals. Don't know. I did not check when I was making them. I would think this would be actually pretty easy to get, because this whiff of magic is made through rowan sapling burning. And I think I actually might even have a few on hand lying around somewhere. Let me see here. If not, it's pretty easy to get. Why don't we aim to do that later on this episode? I'm going to plant a bunch more of these. And maybe we'll bone meal them, maybe we won't, doesn't really matter. What'll happen is we'll just gradually start accruing them. As soon as I have enough saplings to have a reasonable shot at getting those whiffs of magic, I can go ahead and make some attuned stones. Let's run over here and put this there. Right, so we have some rowan, all our existing rowan saplings planted, I think. I think that's pretty much all of them, yeah. And as soon as we can get that going, we will. So what we'd like to do next is start to use some of this power we made to more efficiently make some metals. Particularly we need steel and bronze, and I'm tired of gnashing up metals over here in this machine to make stuff. It's ticking me off, so I don't want that anymore. So I'm going to grab a couple things that I need, and then I will be right back. All right, folks, I think I have everything I need now to do this next project. Put together some furnaces, and we're going to be building some Mekanism metallurgic infusers, specifically 2. These metallurgic infusers are pretty cool. They, well, first of all, man, they have gotten so much cooler since when I originally played with them in my Season 5. But also, they are going to be really useful to us right now. So what I'd like to do here is just go ahead and lay a little bit of a power line down here. You know, let's not do it this way, because we want it to be like this. We don't want to necessarily use micro blocks just yet. And connect the power lines like so. Huh. That's a little bit suboptimal, but that's fine for now. That's fine. We're not crazy for Invar. All right, there we go. So now we can go ahead and toss down these 2 metallurgic infusers. Now I'm going to place them adjacent for a good reason. You'll see. Like so. Now, these metallurgic infusers will fill up with power pretty fast. Yeah, they don't really use a lot of power, and they run happily off of RF, which is fortunate because that's what we got. These things, if I go ahead and pull out this pulverized tin I have, and a little bit of the copper, let's just say maybe a quarter of the copper, they can do a bunch of cool things. Not the least of which is if we put in a little bit of, well, let's see, we can take a look at the recipes. All kinds of cool stuff, right? We can make compressed carbon. Well, no, we can't make compressed carbon, but we can make, let's see, some stuff we need. We need like iron and redstone makes enriched alloy, but also copper and tin dust makes bronze, right? We can also make refined obsidian dust with this, which is actually not too hard to make. You know, a couple of little things. Like we can, for example, make the precursor to steel, all sorts of stuff. So for sure, with the exception of perhaps the crusher, this is the best way to go. But we don't actually need to use that. Let me show you. If we put tin in here, just a little bit, right? That will fill up this little inventory here with tin. And then we can go ahead and toss in a bar of copper, and it will start to infuse it with the tin. So let's just go ahead and put the rest of this in and let this process. And I tossed in just a little bit more for good measure so that we have a little bit more of this bronze. We'll definitely cook up some more of that. And we have a little bit of spare bronze in the thing. We can, of course, hit dump to get rid of that. The reason we want to get rid of that, by the way, is because we like to put in a whole lot of this stuff. Ta-da! And now let's just go ahead and toss in the remainder of this stack. And this is going to start enriching our steel or our iron with this carbon to make the first step this enriched iron. Now, the cool thing about these machines is they actually come with a really, really awesome GUI. Now, this looks a little bit intimidating, but don't be too intimidated. The first thing we want to talk about is the fact that these slots all have a color, right? And then if we go over here, we'll see corresponding colors over here. So it turns out the right-hand side of this machine is blue. So that's right there. So if we were to look at what the red-hand side, the left-hand side is red, right? Well, that goes there. So then what could we do? Well, does this machine have the same profile? Like I said, it's important that I put them next to each other. This one, so these guys are set up so that this guy's blue side goes to this guy's red side. Right. So if we were to go ahead and turn on auto eject, we would notice that all the stuff is gone. It's actually going right over here into the red side. And if we look at the uses for that, by doubling down on carbon with enriched iron, we can actually produce steel dust. So this is a little steel factory right here. All I have to do is take a little bit of this and put it in there. And I'll put in a little bit more later because obviously that wasn't very much. But this will cheerfully turn this into steel dust. Now, of course, if we had any more pipes or anything, we could actually run them back over to that furnace and it would just work. Might be fun to do. But we'll leave it like that because steel is actually the gateway to a whole bunch of important stuff in both Mekanism and Railcraft and all those other things. And this version uses lots of, well, not too much power, but it's pretty slow and it takes a lot of power. And it isn't great, right? But what it needs is a lot of carbon, more actually than Railcraft does. But that's fine because we are producing charcoal in just in huge quantities compared to what we can use. So for us, it's trivial to just go blah, 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 and give it all the charcoal it could possibly want and then some. So now we've got a pretty cool source of steel. And we'll just let that cook up for a little bit. Let's go ahead and use our Fleecy Space-Time technology. Is anybody else on? I don't think, it looks like W Strife. I haven't seen him on the server. Hello, W Strife. Welcome to ChaosVille. Let's go ahead and grab, I think we have some bone meal lying around here somewhere. Wait, did I just see? Here we go, bone meal. Let's hop over here and see if we can get one of these rowan saplings to grow up. Hello? Hello? Yay, rowan sapling. Let's see if we can get some saplings off of this sucker. Yes. Oh, look at all these saplings. These trees are so fertile. Perfect. All right, well, we're going to use our blood magic to start cooking up some of these clay pots. Because what we're going to do now is go ahead and toss these rowan saplings that we just got right up in there. Well, let's save one, right? Go ahead and toss that right up in there. And that shouldn't take too long. And hopefully we'll get enough of these whiff of magics that we need to actually make our poppet table. Because we need, I think, 4. So hopefully we can get at least 4 out of this many saplings. Right, folks, and it occurs to me before I toss the last of the saplings from this crop in, hoping to get one more whiff of magic, that it's probably about time for me to upgrade this furnace, such that it is not quite so, well, as you can see, I've burnt a lot of saplings, like over maybe 15, 16 now, and I've gotten 3 whiffs of magic. That's no good. But no problem, because what I can do is upgrade it pretty fast. So all I have to do is make a fume funnel. This thing, there's 2 types, a filtered and a simple. We're going to make the simple for now. It should be quite straightforward. I do need a block of glowstone, which why I mentioned earlier my evil for glowstone. Science and evil. There we go, fume funnel. Okay, so the fume funnel can be pretty much put anywhere, but I like to put the first one. It looks really cool off to the side. Well, let me show you. I'll just break this, you can see. How cool is that? That's so cool looking. If you put it up top, like this, then it's just a little extra chimney, which is also really cool. Like, Witchery just has the best models. Let's just put it out there. But anyways, this makes it go much faster and greatly increases the chance that we're going to get our 4th whiff of magic. I think this whiff of magic can be used for a bunch of other stuff. Ah, yes, the Rowanwood door. Let's hope we can get a 5th, because that would be awesome. It also lets you make the Polynesia charm, which is, I guess, cool. And impregnated leather, which lets me make... I can make witch's armor? Holy... What the... Yeah, I need that. Although I don't know what a frozen heart is. Gonna have to figure that out. It's probably something cool. Oh, come on. All right, well, I have that, and will I get a 5th? Will I get lucky? Come on, come on, come on. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Dang it. All right, well, we have enough at least to do what we want to do, which is make some impregnated... No, I just want to make regular stones. I definitely want to get more whiffs of magic, though. I'm going to have to figure something out. I will meet you down by the lava. And oh, by the way, I made it! I did it! Everybody's so proud! Yay! All right, folks. Well, as you can see, I'm sort of running out of lava fast, but I have access to the Nether now. I just have to find a way home that's reliable. Anyways, it shouldn't be too hard to fix. What I need to do now is make a bunch of these stones. And I think the easiest way to do that is to do it with one of these super crafting frames. I've sort of realized that I have never really understood quite how awesome this mod is. So let's put that somewhere safe. Let's do this, this, and whoa, there's a fire right there, huh? And I need 1 bucket of lava. Bucket of lava. And put that right there. So there we go. Now if I just break this and right click here, I get a tombstone. Now I can just quickly, 2, hopefully we have enough lava. I think we do. 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. 4 attuned stones. I love these super crafting frames. They're like whenever you have to deal with fluids and just these really how tedious all the fluid stuff is, this is the way to do it. It's definitely the coolest. I'm gonna have to start stockpiling lava. Maybe I could start making a tap from the Nether. To do that, though, I'm gonna need some way of getting the water or the fluid out of the Nether. I wonder how I should do that. Maybe I have to just go journeying around the Nether to find some blaze rods, then I could use an ender tank. That seems like the most conventional way. I mean, there are other ways, but they're actually just kind of tedious. They're not actually all that fun. But I did manage to cook up 2 more whiffs of magic while I was down there. That's cool. And I should have some of this cactus cooking up. Perfect. Which will let us dye a piece of wool green, I think? Yeah, perfect. All right, well, we're definitely getting somewhere here. Let me just toss this stuff there. That whiff of magic we'll use in just a moment. Let's see, a poppet table. We're going to need a little bit of netherrack, I guess. I think I left some of that cooking back here. Oh, getting hungry. Got to figure out a better solution for that. Netherrack. Here we go. 1 more, and should be no problem to make the nether brick we need. Yeah. Okay, I think with that, we probably have everything we need. We need more of this. No, we're good. So let's just go ahead and... Yeah, so poppet table. Do it. All right. Now we don't have to spend any more inventory on our puppets. Just leave that right there. And go ahead and put those in. And now we are immune to at least 1 hunger and fall related death, which I think will be fantastic. Definitely cool. This Witchery mod is pretty fun, actually. In fact, let's go ahead and take a little bit more of this rowan wood, and let's make a pair of rowan doors. I know that we like our current thing, but let's look at this rowan wood door, and we can make another one there. Now, I think all I have to do is just break down these doors. And when I place it, I get a key. Now, this key is what opens the door. Now, I'm not sure if I place one next to it, do I get another key? I do. Now, will this key open that door? That's a little bit tedious. Now, what about this? Will this key open this door? That's pretty cool. I wish that I didn't need a key to open them. So this may not be appropriate for a front door, but probably a back door? I think that could definitely be the case. Oh, wow, they're hard to break down, too. Definitely hard to break down. I wonder if they're going to break down and like not be replaceable. Oh, cool. They're not invincible. Well, you know, folks, we kind of need a way to get out over here. So why don't we go ahead and put that down. And now we get a key. We'll have to throw out the old keys. But yeah, that's cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a really cute trick. Now, of course, there's glass right above it, and there's wood around it, so it's not the most secure. But you know what? It doesn't have to be the most secure. That's just cool. That's just a nice trick. Let's go ahead and put these back up. And I don't think redstone will open these, at least in the same way. So I'm definitely pleased with that. That's just a cute little trick. And it's nice to have a little back door that, you know, people can kind of sneak into and say hi and all those things. So now we have some steel. I wonder what we could do next. What if we were to be able to make more alloys? Yeah, so a little bit of time has passed between episodes. I've been thinking about what I want to do. So what I did was I quickly ran around and redid a few things. There's two things left I want to do this episode. One, to show you that I made 2 more metallurgic infusers. This one I put up with the bronze process. These 2 were primed for steel. This one has redstone in it. So that when I toss in a little bit of iron here, like so, it will make a enriched alloy. As you can see, this is a cool thing from Mekanism that we can use for a bunch of things, not the least of which is energy tablets, which store a lot of energy, and a couple of other machines and upgrades, but also this electric bow. My goal here is I want to get up to that island, and I don't want to nerd pole. Nerd poling is dumb. I don't like it. I could think of a few ways to get up there, but one of the funniest ways would be to teleport straight up there, and I think I know how to do it, but before I can do it, I need emeralds. If this were a normal Resident Rise map, it'd be no problem. I'd go digging for them, but this isn't. This map was generated long before, or rather, this map was generated, and then they didn't include metallurgy for the first pass. So, problem. They didn't do it, and so we don't have the emeralds in the ground. I could go to find new chunks, but that's kind of cheap. Instead, I'm going to go to the Nether, where they did do it at the right time, and there's plenty of emeralds. But I can't survive in the Nether as I am right now. So I need to make some gear. Now, the other thing I wanted to do before the end of the episode was change this up. So this thing right here, it's not, I'm not going to lie, it's not awesome. It's not the best, has to be said. The reason it's not awesome and not the best is because it's sort of slow, it takes a lot of energy, it just doesn't do what we really need. So what we're going to do instead is pop off this guy right here, right? Now, we're also going to break this block, break the pattern, expose ourselves to the outside world. Don't worry about it. It'll all be hidden in the end, right? And we are going to replace our normal procedure with a procedure of generating or using the induction smelter, right? And this is a one-step process. Let me see if I can just put it down right here for a minute. If you look at the recipes here, it is a one-step process that just immediately smelts things, and there's ways you can make it ore triple, there's ways you can get things. It also emits slag. Really, it's a cool device, honestly underused, radically underused. But in order for it to work in the basic mode, it needs a constant supply of sand. So I grabbed an igneous extruder here, which we can use to make a constant supply of sand. If I just toss in, I put down the induction smelter, didn't I? Derp. Igneous extruder. If we toss in a bucket of lava, bucket of water, now this is making cobblestone. Perfect. Let's go ahead and tell it to output to the left and to not interface with any other side, just to be safe. We don't have to do this, but it's good practice. Right, and that doesn't need any power. So now this is going to slowly start filling up. We'll put on the back the input, and we'll make sure that I guess the left is output there. So now this is going to start filling up with cobblestone rather quickly. And we're going to pulverize that into sand. Sweet, right? Well, now we can go ahead and put down our induction smelter right here. Have the left side take in, I guess this guy will output just the red in there. And we'll have to put a barrel up top, and then we'll get another one over there. So now this guy is going to output, the red side, he's going to output various things. So he's going to slowly start filling up with sand. If I were to run over here and take the spoils of my mining, let's say copper is a good candidate. Let's go ahead and take half of our copper out. And you'll see, we'll talk about why half in a little bit. Right? And toss this in. It will start cooking, and it goes as fast as one run of the pulverizer but only uses one machine run. It uses much less energy, and it's way faster. So this is actually a way of overclocking machines. And as you can see, it just absolutely tears through everything. I wonder if it actually works on bauxite. That'd be a fun question. Does it work on bauxite? No, it doesn't work on bauxite. We still don't have a process for working on bauxite. But you'll notice that we got some rich slag here. So now the final thing we have to do is handle all the outputs from the top. Now I made a barrel, and that will be fine for outputting most of the things we get. But we're going to need to actually make a few. So what I think we're going to do is I'm going to make 2 more barrels, because I'd like to put the barrels all up here, and they're going to take the gravel, slag, and rich slag that we generate. And I should pull this out. Yeah. And we'll use item ducts to move things up there. But as you can see, we're just happily generating more things and efficiently using this. And we're also going to have a nice supply of cobble and sand and gravel. Once this fills up, we'll actually be able to go in there and sort of poach out things. In the meantime, I also made a spare pulverizer we can put down right here, and a spare furnace, which we can put down right here. So we still have some working machines in our machine shop. I might want to put a secondary power source in here, but not right now. Anyways, yeah, you can see that goes really fast. People who say that thermal expansion machines are slow don't understand how to make them faster. We could go faster still, but I mean, that's simultaneously doubling. Let me go ahead and make 2 more barrels and some item ducts, and then we'll handle the last part of this. Right, so I made the 3 barrels, and I tore a little bit up, and I made some item ducts, which aren't hard to make. They're just tin and lead for the opaque ones. And I mean, it'd be cool to see them, but we don't need that. I mean, let's be honest. All right, so all we have to do is put some of these guys here, put one right there. Now we just need to use a little bit of right-click magic here to change the connection mode, because obviously we don't want this to connect here. And don't worry about the holes in back. Those will all be covered up soon enough. Now I don't think we actually need to change the connection mode. So like, yeah, this should auto eject once we set up the top to, to be like the orange or the yellow. That should actually automatically eject in a second. There we go. As you can see, it slowly starts pulling them out, and we've got one of those. Similarly, if we say in the back that we just want the yellow to come out the back, like that, now if we go and grab, we just change this mode to output, it doesn't have to be powered, it will automatically put the slag and rich slag that we can get in there. So let's go ahead and take this piece of rich slag, that's way cooler than regular slag, and put it there. Now, it would be wise for us to have an output, but these machines are meant to be sort of interactive, and for the final touch, of course, we want to put things in the purple slot. So let's put the hopper there, and then let's set this up to disconnect. There we go. Nice and compact. And I will put covers on the back so that I haven't put the outer smooth edge of Carpenter's slopes. So no problem there. So there we go. This is all nice and set up. In the meantime, I'm also going to grab a little bit more of our iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, to make a dozen, and make a clean dozen of these, because I need a bunch of these for the things I want to build. I'm also going to real quick put on a little bit of this. I just have one more thing I want to do before it's time to wrap up the episode, and that's talk about how I'm getting prepared for my off-camera adventure. So let me go ahead and cook up this gold, which I need anyways, and I'll be right back. All right, folks, so while I'm crafting here, which is not the most exciting thing in the world, I grant, I wanted to just kind of talk about what I'm doing here. So I need to go into the Nether. I need to go into the Nether because I need to get better minerals, in particular emeralds and a couple other things. I won't go into too much details at this time, but let's see, what am I missing here? What I need to do is I basically need to get geared up. That's obviously not going to work for this difficult thing. Now, before I end the episode, I want to build a electric bow from Mekanism, which is a pretty good ranged weapon for my stage of the game. And I literally, at talking, it's so difficult. That's right. I knew it was blue, but there we go. So that's an energy cube. We can go ahead and plonk that down right here, and it should fill up fairly fast. Let's go ahead and rotate it around. Yeah, so we actually get to see it fill up, because as you can see, it does that really cool model thing. Yeah, so that is going to fill up and be our charging station, because that's cheap. Well, it's not really cheaper than an energetic infuser, but it will be useful because we'll move it later on. We'd also like to build the electric bow, which I think we can do almost. We just need one of these. There we go, electric bow. this electric bow is quite powerful. Let's go ahead and toss it in here so that it can be charged. As you can see, it's going to take all the power out of this rather modest energy source, energy cube. Let's go ahead while we're waiting and make, do I have any, I have a stick, yeah. And we'll see about this. But yeah, so this electric bow has some cool modes, and it will be what I take into the Nether. I'm also going to make a couple of some new armor and things like that. So, ooh, wow, we got a nice energy store. I should definitely think about either making another one of those or moving them. Right, so if I go out here and I hit Shift M, I can do fire mode or fire mode off. So I can actually light a thing on fire. It's going to be a little bit dangerous to do, but you know what? YOLO. And we're actually in a snow biome, so if there's any place in the entire Minecraft world where it's safe to just let fly one of these things, that's definitely here. As you can see, that's pretty cool, right? Even if we turn the fire mode off, let's just go ahead and aim for that sheep that's never ever gonna be hit again. You can see it goes pretty far, not quite that far. Let me go a little bit higher, and it hits pretty hard. So not bad. Pretty happy with that overall. Ooh, look, lamb chop. Delicious. And we can't recover the arrows, but this is pretty much the one of the best bows you can get early on. And it doesn't take a lot of power, and fire mode is not super useful in you know, in the Nether, but it is better than nothing, and it shoots a lot further and a lot more powerfully. So that's where we're going to go in. I'll also make a sword and better armor. We'll probably take full osmium armor, and we'll go and get the things we need, because our next goal is to establish a giant hexagon up on that island so that we can begin to build the equipment to make our mining laser. Because that's right, well, not the IC2 mining laser. Oh, look, it's done. The Mine Factory Reloaded laser. That's our next big goal, is to have automated mining via a laser that's going to come shooting out of that, and it's going to go pew right down into the river and extract wonderful resources for us. With that, folks, I actually have to get over to the Nether and start doing work, because without the resources that we need, I'm not going to be able to build that, and I need a lot more. Whoa, 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 sir, I'm a little disappointed in you. Let's try this. Let's try this fire mode out. Fire mode. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Fire mode. Not bad damage, not the best, but better range. With that, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I feel like we've got a lot done. I don't know if we actually did, but we got some stuff done. If you please remember to like and subscribe if you like my videos, and if you would like to subscribe to my channel, YouTube makes it oh so easy. I broke 2,000 subscriptions today, which makes me very excited. However, don't feel ashamed. Don't feel bad that you're not part of those people yet. Go ahead and, wow, there was rich slag in there? Weird. Oh, I see why. That's weird. You know, don't feel ashamed if you're not already part of the crowd. You can become part of the crowd. You could be part of the crowd. All you have to do is hit subscribe now. And if you're already part of the crowd, you are part of an awesome crowd. Let's just face it, it's awesome, right? It's awesome. But that said, if you haven't sent a comment to me, then you're not part of the crowd. Sorry, you're just not, because I love comments above all, and I try to at least read all of them and talk to everybody else. And I really, really sincerely want to thank everybody that's helped me get where I am. For me, 2,000 subs is a lot, and I'm very proud of it. And it's been quite the journey getting here. And I only hope that we will see more and more people. And by the way, Gar, I just want to make it clear, Gar, your series is much better than mine. Just so you know, your series is great. I love it. And I will not hear these ungentlemanly protestations that mine is better. I simply won't allow it. Folks, thank you very much. I hope you join me next time.